All right, so this is my persuasion speech. Over the years, you might have seen TV shows such as King or any other TV shows that show people keeping exotic wild animals that you wouldn't consider as normal pets other than cats and dogs. You might be one of those who, after watching those shows so much, that you might think that it's keeping an exotic animal as a pet is a good idea, and that it's a exciting thing to do, and that you can potentially make money off it. But let me go ahead and tell you in this speech why it's a terrible idea to think about keeping exotic animals as pets and why you shouldn't do it. Reason number one, they're wild animals, and wild animals, they're unpredictable, and they'll eventually turn on you. Whether it's been chimpanzees, tigers, lions, leopards, snakes, etc., there have been documented cases and instances of people keeping those animals as pets, and then sometime later down the line, they get attacked by those animals. And as a result of those attacks, people they get severely injured or they die from those injuries. They get killed by those animals. There's cases about it on YouTube, from the news, and TV shows, other TV shows like Fatal Attractions that'll tell you about documentation. That'll tell you about documented cases of people keeping exotic animals as pets and then later getting attacked and killed by them. No matter how long you keep an exotic animal as a pet and quote unquote try and tame it, it's still a wild animal that's unpredictable and has a mind of its own. Doesn't take much for it to snap. The website bornfreeusa.org has a 2,000 page database that shows, documentation of a lot of attacks on humans by exotic animals that were kept as pets. And from another website, Rome.com, as of the time of July 14th, 2022, Texas was the number three state in the country when it came to exotic animal fatalities. The number one state in that category was Florida, which is not that all surprising when you think about it, considering all the wild, crazy stuff that goes on here in the state. Okay, so reason number two why you shouldn't um, keep exotic animals as pets. People go overboard sometimes and commit crimes such as animal trafficking and abuse. When people traffic animals, they're subjecting them to poor abuse and poor treatment by constantly moving them place to place. Sometimes before being trafficked and sold to another place to be moved, the animals are sometimes, inbred. If you ever heard of tig, the liger and the tigon animals, those animals have come about because of trafficking and breeding. Those two are a mix of tigers and lion, in case you didn't know. Oftentimes, when that breeding happens, it messes up with the genes of the subspecies and causes them to get sick, have deformities, and causes them to die, and as well as decrease the overall number of the species of animals, such as the lion and tiger. When animals get trafficked or inbred, they are sometimes killed by unsatisfied buyers and owners of those animals. Okay, reason number three why you shouldn't keep animals, exotic animals as pets. They really, escape your house and go off wandering around in the street or neighborhood because attacks on humans, they've happened because of that. And once those animals go on a rampage, start attacking people, you can sometimes be charged and held criminally, responsible for that because you're they're the pet that you decided to keep in your house, and they somehow ended up on the street. You also have to constantly figure out constantly carnivores such as lions, tigers, and leopards eat a huge chunk of meat every day. And of course with high num the high prices of food in around the country, you need to figure out how to buy enough food to feed them constantly as much as you can because if they're not fed, they'll either starve to death or get angry and start to look at you as food, which is not a good thing. Animals go to the bathroom whenever they want to and wherever, doesn't matter the location. They have all kinds of diseases that they can get infected and die from. Those same, diseases, they can spread to humans and cause you to get severely sick and die potentially. Some of those diseases are unknown, so if you're keeping exotic animals in your house as pets, you wouldn't have that much understanding of that. And last but not least, no matter how much you think you can, you're not going to be able to tame a wild animal. Oh, what the fuck? Pause. That was over 7 minutes.